Welcome to my top 10 most anticipated and noteworthy comics for November 12th, 2025. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content, you like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, and you've been watching for a while, guys, and you haven't hit the button, go ahead, hit that subscribe button now. Also, if you've ever considered being a member of my YouTube channel, super easy. Just go onto the home screen, hit the join button. 3 different tiers to choose from. As low as 99 cents gets you early access to my content. Also, you'll get monthly membership badges flexing how long you've been a member of my channel for, and you also get those cool stickers for your comments and during live streams. So whether you do or you don't, guys, I appreciate it just for you watching. Here is the book that's on the hot seat. Here we go. It is Aquaman issue 11. I've never been an Aquaman fan for some reason. No matter how good the series is and people tell me how good it is, I just can't get into the character. But I'm going to check this issue out. It's a DCKO tie-in. We have Aquaman, who has the power of the blue. Is it too much for him to handle? You're just going to have to read it and find out. Also, what is the connection between the Dark Tide and Darkseid? Same thing, we'll have to read to find out. DCKO, like I said, 32 pages, $4 for this one. Here's a book that continues to rise. This is Court, Children of Lancelot, I think that's what it's called, issue 3. So when it comes to this book written by Tom Taylor, it's definitely a nice surprise. It's kind of refreshing when you have a comic book like this. This is an all ages comic where it features kids that actually have the weapons of Lancelot, and it looks like they're going on a mission. One of the other kids was being pursued, and you find out that the grandmother is much more involved than you thought and leads the kid to a tunnel to escape with the friends so they can go on a real life adventure that they've always fantasized about. Really awesome book. I would definitely recommend this one. It's 32 pages, $4. Coming in at number 10, we always have a really solid series, and that is Green Lantern Corps. This is issue 10. This is the aftermath of the Starbreaker Supremacy. So in this series, obviously, we wound up finding out that John Stewart did sacrifice himself for the greater good of the Green Lantern Corps. I just spit all over the camera. And nevertheless, though, by the time you wind up getting to the end of the last issue, he's still alive. So does he make his return back? And what's going on with some of the other Green Lantern Corps characters? Soon we'll find out, basically, when it comes to this series. I don't think Jeremy Adams is going to be writing this book anymore, as he was crossing it over a lot. But nevertheless, I'm still interested in these characters. This one is 32 pages for a price of $4. Coming in at number 9, we have Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum. This is issue 4. Overall, this has been a fun series, as we've gotten to see Superman be exposed to different types of kryptonite. He's basically volunteered himself to be the guinea pig and see what happens to him when he gets exposed to these kryptonites. We've seen him get really big. We've seen him kind of de-age. And now what happens with this particular third one? Well, it looks like we're going to get a character that's introduced that I don't think we've seen in a while. Kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see how this book continues to develop. It's 32 pages, and this one is $6. Remember, it is a Black Label title. Coming in at number 8, we have the next super book. This is Action Comics issue 1092. This has been overall a solid book when it comes to Clark in his younger years as Superboy. It's probably more of the relatable Superman comic books, because he is a coming-of-age character, learning to be that superhero, falling in love for the first time, trying to prove himself to the world that he is a hero and to maybe some older mentors out there. But what threat looms for Clark in the future? We will have to read it and find out. So this one is 32 pages for the price of $5. Coming in at number 7, and I feel like it's been a little while. This is Red Coat. This is issue 15. Great comic book overall. It never disappoints. The art by Brian Hitch is really awesome as well, and you can't deny that Jeff Johns writing. So it's 1909, and Simon Pure has traded gunpowder and glory for his quiet days. But there's a job that, is being tempted to him, and does he take this job or not? Well, think about it. It's Simon Pure. He's going to do anything for money, right? Love the character. I love this book. So looking forward to it. 32 pages, $4 for this one. Coming in at number 6, we have the Fantastic Four, issue 5. So this is another one of those one and done stories. The last one we had was Alicia in there dealing with this jelly bean dog, right? She saw it for what it was because of her blindness. And in this issue, we're going to have the Black Cat in here. So anytime there's a Black Cat showing up in a comic book, I'm definitely checking it out. But I actively am reading Fantastic Four right now, and it's pretty good. So it looks like Reed, Ben, and Johnny go on a fishing trip in the negative zone, and Sue Storm and Alicia Masters are left to their own devices. And as soon as they leave, guess who comes in? It is Black Cat. But I think Susan Storm is on to her. So we'll see what this book has to offer. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good. I do love Roberto Ramos' artwork. The legacy numbering for this title is at 731. It's 32 pages and it's $4. All right, coming in at number 5. We're at that top 5 now. We have Conan the Barbarian. This is issue 26. So if you haven't jumped on Conan yet, I think this might be a good time for you, as this is an introduction to a new story arc. So, and this is titled The Conquering Crown. So here's what it says. The king of Aquiliana has gone mad, or so the rumors say. A tyrant sits upon the throne and will suffer until he is deposed or dead. Conan the mercenary cares nothing for these royal rumors and petty politics, but the Cimmerian's skill in battle is about to put him in the path of a mad monarch, and his life will be forever changed. So I'm very curious on this overall story. Could be lots of fun. In fact, I don't think it could be lots of fun. I know it's going to be fun, and the artwork, I'm sure, is going to be great. 32 pages, $5 for this. Here we are, number 4. We have Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, The Rite of Spring, such a long title name, issue 4. So, in this book, we get to see Monica, who is the sister of the duck that got murdered in the first volume. She's trying to find the murderer of the brother, right? And it's Samantha. Obviously, we know that. But what can Samantha do to kind of deter Monica from finding out, right? Is she going to kill her? I don't know, man. But that's what makes this book so suspenseful. And I've really, really enjoyed it. So this one is 36 pages for the price of $5. Top 3. And this is a very good book. And if you've never, ever heard of Blue Falcon and Dynamite, you should go out and check it out. This is issue 3 of the series. So yes, there was a cartoon of this at one point, but you don't need to watch that cartoon to understand who this character is, because right now we're getting an origin story of Blue Falcon and Dynamite. And it's been a very emotional 2 issues, and we're going to see what happens in issue 3 as we do get the true introduction now to Dynamite, and Blue Falcon is in trouble. So how does man's best friend help him out? We're gonna have to read it and find out, but I think it's gonna be pretty gory. if I'm thinking right, because this is a more mature comic book. So definitely looking forward to that. 32 pages, and it's $5 for this book. It's published by Dynamite. All right, coming in at number 2, we do have Ultimate Wolverine. This is issue 11. this is a great book. It's not even about Wolverine anymore, right? He was like he went under the Winter Soldier program. He got through that. And then we got introduced to all these other X characters. And this is the X book that you never knew you wanted when you read this comic. And that's what I like about it. You know, you get to see Colossus and Magic and Omega Red as the bad guys. You get to see Kitty Pryde and Gambit. And you get to see, is it Black Widow, I think, is in this one. And it's just been really, really good. We get to see an infiltration of a Sentinel base as well. And it's been good, man. And I think the last issue had to do with Sabretooth, as he is a really close ally to Wolverine and he wants a better life for his kids. It's awesome. I really enjoy it. And it's sad that this book is going to be ending too. Like, all these Ultimate books that you might like are ending, but the way the Ultimate line has been going, it's been declining because they've announced it's ending. So I think it's just kind of spinning its wheels until we get to that end. But this one still is pretty strong. So 32 pages, $5 for this. All right, guys. So after number one, we are not done, as we do have those noteworthy comic books to talk about, because this is my most anticipated comic books, but I'm not showing you, or I am going to show you some of the comics that are getting ready to come out for this particular comic book week. And also remember, I cover the newest issue ones that are getting ready to come out on Friday, first issue Fridays. So if you guys haven't checked that video out, I suggest that you do so, as that was just released on Friday, covering the new number ones for this exact comic book week. All right, so my number one most anticipated comic book is Transformers issue 26. Yes, once again, I think Robert Kirkman is on to something special with Dan Mora here. And here is the description that it says: Optimus Prime is betrayed. The Autobots' newest hope may turn out to be their downfall. The most shocking Transformers story continues here. So in the very last issue of the Transformers, it's a spoiler, so just in case you guys haven't read it yet, we found out that the military has come across two Transformers in the past, and they have been doing studies on these Autobots for a very long time. And we did get introduced to a major player that is coming very soon, or I would say a series that's probably going to come very soon. And I cannot wait for that to happen. If you guys grew up in my generation, you know what that is, and I'm so looking forward to it. We'll see what this issue has to offer. 32 pages, $4. Here we go. Noteworthy comics. There's quite a few to discuss that did not make this top 10 list because there's a lot of books coming out. The first one we have is Ultimate Black Panther. This is issue 22. The next one we have is Spider-Man and Wolverine. This is issue 7. Then we have The Amazing Spider-Man Torn. This is issue 2. I did love issue 1, just didn't make my list. Next Spider-Man book is Spider-Man 94, issue 3. Then we have New Avengers issue 6, as that's been a pretty fun series. And then we have Spider-Man Noir. This is issue 2, where a lot of you guys told me that this was your pick of the week when it came out. And then we have Eddie Brock Carnage. This is issue 10, as this is the conclusion to that series. All right, so then we move on to DC Comics. This is almost comical. I almost didn't even mention this, but in case you guys want to know, hey, guess what? Batman 162 is coming out, as we finally get that next part to Batman Hush 2. Then we have Batman and Robin. This is issue 27. Followed by another wonderful series, Poison Ivy. This is the 2025 annual issue 1. Then we also have another conclusion to the series. This is Batman Dark Patterns. This is issue 12. And then we have a series that I actually really enjoy reading. This is Supergirl. This is issue 7. And then we have the continuation to Mr. Terrific, year 1. That's issue 6. All right, now we move on to those indie comics, and the first one we're talking about is the ever popular Spawn. This is issue 370. Next, we have the Power Fantasy. This is issue 13. Followed by G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero, issue 322, which has been going on forever. And then we have Blood and Thunder. This is issue 7. And then we have Witchblade. This is issue 16. And then I got to highlight, of course, Flash Gordon. This is the quarterly. This is issue 5. And there you guys have it. Another big comic book week for the week of November 12th, 2025. I want to know what you guys are most excited about in the comments below. I'm going to leave you First Issue Fridays right here for you to check out all those newest issue 1s that are coming out for that same comic book week. And as always, guys, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always read your comics so we can have great comic conversation. Guys, take care. I love you. I'll see you real soon. Bye.